After his big game against Luhai, that boy JC been making noise. Everyone's been calling. He's been able to narrow down his top three and secure NIL deals. He's been balling. But of course, none of that comes without questions, asking if he's worth the hype or if he's all hype. But where there's a question lies answers. And JC's about to go against the answer, Trell Dimmadome. Trell's faced with similar questions, asking if he could win and not just score. So he had to make some phone calls to the Chinese sensation Bernard Chang. So let's find out if Trell could become a winner and if JC's all hype. It's finally time. That boy Trell Dimmadome, Bernard Chang, trying to prove that they're the best backcourt and they could win. But they're going against the powerhouse of Dunkerville and Junior Cotton. And this game wouldn't start anyway, other than Trell getting a fucking bucket. And I'm not gonna lie, Trell and JC were going at it this game. It was like, you get a bucket, I get a bucket. You get a bucket, then I get a bucket. But JC was on in this game. He was trying to show that he's one of the best two-way players in the nation. Not only blocking their backup point guard, but also blocking Trell on a layup. And although he wouldn't do too much in his first game in America, Bernard Chang showed a lot of flashes. But he's still going to have some adjusting to do, as JC gets him on that island, blows right by him, and goes for the and-1 layup. JC and Trell are really looking to answer a lot of questions, but this game really belonged to Nick Mendoza. He was hooping this game. It's like whenever OTE would go on a run, Nick Mendoza would get a steal or hit a big three. It was crazy. But if one thing's for certain, Trell's going to get a bucket. But there's a lot of people saying that that's all Trell could do. And they're really questioning if his playstyle leads to winning and if he could transfer to the next level, and if he even deserves the #1 ranking at all. Because although he could score, like Kendrick Lamar said, it's not enough. Nick Mendoza came down and hit 1 3, and then would come down, hit another 3 to ice the game, and give Dunkerville the 108-102 win. And although Trell had a great game of 41, 3, and 6, it's not enough, as he still comes up short, and I know the scouts are talking. And Bernard Chang didn't have a terrible game. The duo Nick Mendoza and Junior Cotton was just way too much, as Dunkerville came out with the W in a great game for JC. Let's take a trip to Montverde, where it's two teams that know each other very well, seeing as Montverde not gracing out the playoffs last year. So you knew this game was going to have a lot on it, and you knew this game was going to be chippy. But the way Jordan Billups started this game, you knew he was on bad timing. And they had a sophomore point guard, Josh Kingston, who got way better than last year. But my point guard Ty saw that and took that as a challenge, as he took him right to the hoop, and he's going to talk to him after. And after that, he'd throw a dime to JB. You know that's water. See, Ty and JB are on the same wavelength this year. They're trying to destroy all competition and have an undefeated season and get the championship that they were so close to getting last year. And with players moving the way Josh is, it's not going to be easy. But one thing about Montverde, we're ready for anything. As you see, Ty comes down and booms it right on him. He's definitely going to let him hear about it. But Josh took that personally, as he comes down and hits a transition 3 right out the break. But this is not the team or the player you want to go bucket for bucket with, because JB got all that, and his coaches know how to put him in the right spot to get the right shot. But for JB, any shot's the right shot. And at this point in the game, it would get a little crazy, as we just turned into Lob City. I'd throw a lob to Ty, then DJ, then Ty would throw one back to me. And after that, that boy Josh would keep trying, keep hooping, but it's not enough. As Ty would throw the lob and DJ would do this. Like, I'm saying DJ did this. Like, he's wildin'. Ty had the reaction to everyone, as this game would end 130-98. Ty would finish with 21, 6, and 15. That boy Josh Kingston didn't do bad, 27 and 6, but that boy JB stole the show, putting the world on notice. The most hated team in America, Luhai, Zay Tucker, David Love, Raheem Kemp, BJ Johnson. Someone tell me another way this game would start other than Luhai defense turning into Luhai offense. They really made it a staple just to be that gritty team, like probably the grittiest team in the whole league. And they have a bucket getter like Zay at the helm. There's no telling how far Luhai could go. But this other team had someone named Bryson James. I don't know if he's related to the James family, but he was hooping. Someone else that was hooping this game was BJ Johnson. He really left his mark on this game. He was able to hold down the fort when Zay was out and control the offense, which not many people thought he could do. And as you see Kamani Davis going in for the dunk, that microwave got started. D-Love, as he goes in for a scoop, the next time down, D-Love would hit the corner and catch a body. Oh my god. And that might be dunk of the year. It seems like every game, D-Love's either putting someone in the rim or hitting a big 3. And speaking of a big 3, BJ Johnson has been going crazy this game. He's been showing the whole arsenal. And him along with Zay Tucker, and they're hooping like this, I don't know who is standing in the way of Luhai. Because once Zay Tucker starts doing things like this and doing stare down threes, this might be over a little bit. And Sierra Canyon would fight, but again, it's not enough, especially for Luhai, as they would win 145 to 108, as PJ Johnson led the way with 34 points and 17 boards, and Zay Tucker contributing with 38 and 10 as Luhai gets another W. The last game of the night features an 8th grader, Free Osama, and his cousin, Amik Foster, as they go against the best freshman in the nation, Javonte Miles. And quiet as kept, Amik's been teaching Free the ropes since he was little. Amik being a few years older molded Free into the perfect point guard. Free's ability to read a pick and roll and shoot off the pick and roll is next level already. And you combine that with killer handle, killer vision, and a killer jump shot, people are already saying he's the next AI. And I know AI sounds crazy, but the proof's in the pudding. Speaking of, Javonte Miles sees Free as food as he's going in and flexing on him. These two young bulls were going at it all game as Free finds Amik for 3. Amik's the shooter of the family. And Javonte, he's coming down, pull up 3, and Free's face at the buzzer for half. But coming out the half, Free and Amik on a pick and roll. Free's gonna snake the screen, find a spot, pull up. Moves like a veteran guard already. But there goes that freshman, Javonte Miles. Bang! And I know they run pick and roll, but Free and Amik's pick and pop is next level as Amik knocks down the 3. And Javonte's not alone. He has this bull named Cohen Fears who has a lot of potential. His upside's crazy. But I'm not even gonna lie to you, this is the Free Osama show. As he's driving and getting on that rim, something a lot of people didn't know he had. Cohen would show some hard knocking down a 3. But honestly, it's the Free and Amik show, as Amik's coming down, hitting him with a move and laying on their center for the and 1. But this game's not over yet as they run a pick and roll, and Javonte Miles would boom the lob, but Free would get him on that island, and not many are safe on the island with Free as he pulls out some crazy shit and hits it. Oh my god. And Javonte Miles would try to respond with a step back and 1. And that would be Free's last foul as he would foul out of the game with 5 fouls. He left it up to his cousin Amik, and Amik comes down, hits a jumper in the clutch right over Cohen Fears. And although Javonte Miles would come down with the lefty floater tough, it'd be Amik hitting a crossover, driving hard right, and finishing with the left hand for game. And he would let their bench hear about it, as McEachern would come away with the W.